Hello. Welcome to Can I Get a Word, the podcast. Welcome to Can I Get a Word, the podcast. I am your host, Minister Duran Williams. Thank you, audience, for that gracious round of applause. Now, I'd like to welcome you, the listeners, the faithful listeners, and new listeners to Can I Get a Word, the podcast. Thank you for tuning in and joining me on today. I'm so excited. We're continuing on in our month-long series, preaching series in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I have Rev Charles Sutton III here with me today. I'm at Redemption Studios, and we're coming off a phenomenal event this past Friday. If you're my friend, if you follow me on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, you know that Friday Night Live was a huge success, and it went down here at 10934 Whole Street Road, Redemption Studios. And the flyer said, "Leave here on fire." People literally left here Friday night on fire. Not only did they leave here on fire, they left here full. Songbird Catering was in the building. They catered the event. It was 60 pieces of chicken, from what I understand, and it was not one piece left. So I thank all those who attended. I thank those who shared the flyer. I thank those who spread the word. I understand people came as far as Cumberland. We had students from Virginia Union, and I'm just so appreciative. If you're looking to connect with Can I Get a Word, you can follow us on Instagram at Can I Get a Word. It's on Facebook, Can I Get a Word Now, and Twitter at Can I Get a Word Now. Or you can call Dr. Duran, Minister Duran, at 703-915-9405, or shoot me an email at drduran@canigetaWord.org, or go to the website, canigetaWord.org, for information on upcoming events, pictures from past events, and much, much more. I would love to connect with you. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a special guest on the podcast, a man of God, a husband, a father, a youth pastor, a business owner, a visionary, a person that I call friend, because he has helped Can I Get a Word Ministries tremendously in the area of opening up the doors to Redemption Studio and allowing us to fulfill our dreams. So with that being said, I am going to welcome the Rev Charles Sutton III.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charles.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us on today.
Oh, man, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's an honor to be even asked. And when you asked me, I said, okay, wonder why you want to talk to a poor country boy, but I get, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate it. I'm always appreciative because, you know me, I'm one of those behind-the-scene guys. I like to make things happen, but I don't need to be in the spotlight a lot of times. I just like to let my work speak for me.
Now, have you always been that way, Charles?
I think I grew up that way because you got to understand, when your grandfather's a minister, your father's a minister, 4 of your uncles are, and then, my cousins, and we grew up in the church every day. If I wasn't doing something at school, I was at church every day of my life. So when I grew up and left home, I didn't really know anything different. And the old saying, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it.
Right.
So it's been working for me, so I left it like that and kept going.
Now, that's interesting, because my first question was actually going to be, when were you called to ministry?
I think I was called a long time before I even decided. Well, my great-grandmother told me when I probably was like 6, well, you're going to grow up and be a preacher. Because, I always was that kid that was outspoken and saying and doing things. But then the calling had been on me for a very long time.
Oh, wait a minute. We got our first caller. Good evening, caller. Welcome. You're live on Can I Get a Word, the podcast. Who am I speaking with?
Reverend Gray. Hey, doctor.
Hey, how's it going? This is Reverend Gray?
Yes, sir. How you doing, buddy? Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hey, man, how's it going?
Going pretty good.
Happy New Year to you.
7 minutes, buddy.
Yeah, man. Did you have some questions for Reverend Charles?
Do it again.
Did you have a question tonight for Reverend Charles?
No, I came to support y'all.
Okay. Well, you just go tune in. That's cool. That's cool. Right now, I was in the process of asking to let you know this is Reverend Tabrick Gray.
Okay.
He and I, we served together at Morning Star Baptist Church under the leadership of Dr. Tyrell Brown. Reverend Gray is a tremendous man of God, a hard worker. How many jobs you got now, Gray? Got two? But a tremendous man of God, awesome preacher, awesome teacher, does awesome devotionals. He's that guy that will just do anything just to kind of push things forward.
I got you.
Real faithful guy, real loyal guy, and friend of mine as well. But I was in the process of, I was asking Charles, when was he called to ministry?
And you know, I got a 3-4 answer because I probably was called a long time before I accepted it.
Right.
Because I was in such a denial, thinking I was good enough to do all the things that I saw my father do. My father was that most humble guy I ever met in my life, and he would put a lot of people before anything else. His main thing was to take care of his sheep, take care of his people. And that's all. And I was like, man, I can't do all that. And he would tell me little things like, you know, this is the hardest job you could ever have. Be a pastor in the church. So I had made my mind, I don't want to go through all that. I'll just keep working and singing and doing my thing. But in 2008, my father got ill.
Okay.
And I had left home 30-something years ago. And when my father got ill and he was laying in a hospital, and I'm sitting up there, and he was in intensive care, and I go in there, and we got only one person could talk to him, and go in there at a time, no more than two. And I would go in there, and I'm just like, Dad, I promise you, you get out of this bed, I'm gonna do the stuff you've been wanting me to do.
Wow.
And he didn't. And then I made up my mind. I still got to finish the works that my dad was doing. Wow. Because a lot of the things I do is the same thing my dad was doing.
Wow.
So all I made up in my mind, I got to work hard because I'm not half the man that he was. Wow. And so, I work, and people think I work hard and I do a lot of things, but my dad was that cat that just, he put it in and he put it in. He committed himself, and that's how he did. So I try to do as much as I can for as many as I can all the time. So to answer that question, 2007, 2008 is when I start just hitting it hard. And
wow.
Going.
Now that explains a lot about you. I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing. That explains a lot about your demeanor and how you operate. Now, taking into consideration, that was a crisis moment, you know, with your dad getting ill and losing your dad. And so ministry, from what I hear, as far as your call, it wasn't something that you really sought after. It was something that you kind of like stepped into.
It was one of those things that was always in me, but I was always telling myself, I'm not good enough to do it. And I still say a lot of things because I try to stay humble because I see so many guys get out there and they doing it and they get bigger than their ministry.
Right.
They get bigger than what they're supposed to be doing, and it's not about them. Right. It's about your work. And when you do that you lose yourself. So I gotta just keep it simple, keep it humble, keep it quiet, and keep it moving. And that it works for me. And
that's why I asked, and I'm gonna just be candid on Can I Get a Word, the podcast. I asked, and I know Reverend Gray, you was licensed at like 12 or 13, very young. You've been in ministry many years now, and if I could be honest, I see a lot of guys and women, girls, chasing this ministry thing, saying that they're answering a call, but it seems more like they want to get into it for the glitz and glamour, the stage, the power, the allure, versus the actual calling. Yeah. Almost like they're calling themselves.
Yeah. And the thing is, you will know if it's something that God has put up, because when you run away from it, it run right back to you. Yeah. Just like when I was in college, I went back to school and get my Dr. Wright. He would sit up there and tell me, talk to me about certain things, but you will always have to be focused on what you're doing.
Hello, caller. You're live on Can I Get a Word to Podcast. Who am I speaking with?
Sean Mears.
Sean, man. How you doing, Doc?
How are you, sir?
Congratulations, man. I saw the all defense or offense or something like that award from last week.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. We are doing great things.
God bless you, man, in the work that you're doing in the community with the Henrico Warriors, man, the football team, in your own household. I mean, Sean, you are a tremendous man of God and just a tremendous role model in the community, man. And I've just been watching you over the years, man.
Sir, I appreciate it. I've done the same with you, sir. I had on my Can I Get a Word shirt yesterday.
Amen. Amen. Well, if you're tuning in, did you have a specific question or you just want to join the conversation?
I just wanted to say to you the same thing, sir, that I've been watching you. You are doing a great work. Keep doing it. Don't let the haters stop you. Don't let people tell you that what you're doing doesn't matter because people see it, people forward it, people share it. And it gets around, and we need more people like you to reach people where they are. Too many ministers and evangelists are always trying to, talk to people at their level, and thank God for people like you that can speak in layman's terms, speak it, that real people can understand it, and I think that's where your message is so powerful, so much needed in this city, sir.
Wow, thank you, Sean. And Charles is definitely somebody I want you to connect with, man, because y'all have something in common in the area of Sean does sound and all that other good stuff, right, Sean?
Yes, sir.
And that's also one of Charles's areas too.
That will always be an attribute to it.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, awesome, man. It's definitely a ministry that it's unsung, but it's very, very important, and we tend to be a beacon in the church, I guess, when it comes down to that. Nobody recognizes you until something goes wrong.
Well, that's true. But always networking is like one of the biggest things I try to do. Because you're only as smart as the people you surround yourself with. So if you surround yourself with a bunch of smart people and you're thinking about the same thing, man, the sky's the limit. So, hey, give me a call or Duran will give you my number, and you can always get with me, man, because I'm always doing stuff, and we're doing stuff. 2018 is going to be that year where we step outside the box and do as much stuff in the community as I can. So
awesome, brother. I will be there supporting you. And like I said, Minister Duran, you have my contact number. You can pass on the contact number to the gentleman after your podcast and things like that, man. But I just wanted to keep telling you, keep pushing, brother. Keep pushing.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Sean.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. Have a good night, fellas.
All right, you too. Okay, so we got a couple calls. That was good. One question I wanted to ask you. So when did you preach your first sermon?
Probably in 2006.
2006. It's 2018. So 12 years ago. Now, you did preach a first sermon.
Yeah, I did a couple of first sermons.
Right.
Because I had to do it once.
Right.
And then when you go somewhere else, you have to do it again. So I actually got 3 sets of paperwork. But but the thing I guess is, we're going to validate this boy. We're going to make him do it again and again. And I don't mind.
Right.
And I had some mentors along the way. And, you learn from all the people that you're around. My pastor now, I'm going to give him big ups to Ralph Hodge, the pastor of Second Baptist Church here in the South Side. The man is phenomenal. He is a teacher. He's a mentor. He is a visionary. He's a guy that thinks outside the box. And, I learned a lot. Yeah. But everybody has their own style. style. Everyone needs to pave their own way.
Right.
And I guess